Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year, tea friends. What is going on? I have not done a live stream all year long. Granted, it's only the 3rd, so it's about time I got it started. Anyways, let's make some tea. Let's make some tea. Let's get this year started. I know we're a couple days into it, and everyone has already gotten the year started, and the year is already kind of wild. But yeah, let's have some fun. I am going to see. Let me double check that the YouTube side of things is working. It looks like it is, which is great. Let's see. There we go. I think we got this. Let's see. Bam. Okay. Right. Give me a sec. Just making sure everything is all working well. Okay. Nice. Hey, it's all me doing all the video stuff. So I got to just kind of make sure everything works well, works together, all that stuff. So appreciate everyone's patience. If you guys if you're joining, I love hearing what you are drinking for tea today, or what you have drank, or what you're planning to drink. I will go over what we're going to drink here in a second. Let me send out a couple links on Instagram, see if anyone wants to actually join us for tea. It's always fun. The more the merrier. All right, let's see. Let me know how the new year is going for everybody. It's nice to hear from people. Let's see. There we go. I know some people are going to be around. Some people want to have some tea with us. So let's do it. Anyways, sounds good. There we go. Awesome. Steeped some AS 11 00011. Steeped some white to teas civilian. Got a big snowstorm hitting Kentucky this weekend, so it's going to be a darker tea. Nice. Marina, thank you for the join. Hope you are doing well. Awesome. Cool. So we got in a big shipment of our bad idea tea balls, and so I figured what better way to start off the new year than with some bad idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. It is a bad idea. It's a terrible idea, but it's gonna be fun. I have not had this tea in a little while, so it's gonna be. In fact, I probably haven't had it since. Trying to remember. It's been a couple months since I've had it, so I'm excited to brew it up. See how it has aged since we put it into tea balls. Huang Pian and coffee. Mirren Elizabeth, you're drinking 2010 Chunpy white tea for you. That sounds really nice. Dulce Bellum is drinking a white tea in Missouri. Very nice. Green tea and good vibes with the join. What's going on? Green tea and good vibes. Huang Pian and coffee is drinking a 2024 Jingu Sheng Huang Pian. That sounds nice. And Total Chiller has a Midas Touch. 2016 Midas Touch. The first. No. 2015 was the first, but the 2016 is the first time we put the label on, I think. Yeah. Al Costova finished drinking some 2006 Troublemaker. Hit the spot in this rainy B&W gloomy day. It is a very gloomy Pacific Northwest day, and it was we were super excited that we had a very decent January 1st. January the 1st was just a really nice day. Marina, is this the Stag kettle? How are you liking it? Yeah, this is great. The fellow Stag kettle. I love the aesthetics of it. I just wish it poured faster. It's designed for coffee. It's designed for pour over coffee, where you have a very delicate stream. It's very slow to pour. And for Gong Fu, I wish that I could just pour just a little bit faster. That's my only real complaint. Also, I mean, I wish the handle had a different ergonomic to it, but that's just a me issue. Green Tea Good Vibes does not like your stag. What do you not like about the stag? AS 11 Pardon me if you're not in the know, but what do you prefer people call you, Crimson Lotus guy? You can just call me Glenn. That's my that's my name. In China they call me Dahuza, which I'm somewhat fond of. It just means big beard, which is highly entertaining to me. Green Tea Good Vibes. Yours, it acts up, overflows the sensors after you tried cleaning it. That's interesting. I've not had any of those issues with mine. It definitely doesn't like being too full. I always just keep it at boiling. I never all of my kettles I just keep them at boiling. I don't really because that's about all I do. So I don't do the keep at 180 thing. But I know some people do. El Costova, what temperature? I keep this kettle at 212, or I mean I put it at 212. Because that's where I brew at. You fill it halfway full and it'll bubble and overflow. Mine's actually bubbling a little bit here because I maybe filled it a little bit too much. Yeah, that's good feedback. I think for the way I do Gong Fu, most of what I do is just putting water at boiling, so I don't really need a fancy kettle. This was gifted to me, and I appreciate it, and I do use it often. It gets super good points for aesthetics for sure. Anyway, so if you guys don't know, the bad idea is a set of 8 T-balls, each with different cutie little emojis on it, which are kind of fun. I don't know. They actually turned out to be just about the right size for these T-balls, which are hilarious. Which one should I think I'll do the I'll do Mr. Laffy emoji. I had a lot of fun with these. So this is interesting material. This is really potent material. This is a strong material. It's bitter material. It is not always the most pleasant tea experience in my perspective, in my experience with it. But it's always really interesting. So we thought we'd have a little fun with it. We're starting to press T-balls in 5 grams now. I know I've chatted about that in the past. I think 5 grams is a really great spot. 8 grams is fine. 10 grams is way too big. There we go. Bad idea. It's fun. I like having fun with it. Has anyone else tried bad idea? I know I chat with Hey Cha Holiday, or yeah, and he loves this stuff, and it's just, I think on the scale of beginner to super expert, like, you got to really know what you want if you're gonna get into bad idea. Al Costova, 5 grams is much better for those who drink a solo. Yeah, that's ultimately what we came to. It costs a little bit more to press 5 grams. It's interesting. In China, when you're working at the tea factories, everything really comes down to human operations per kilo. So HO/K, I guess, would be the mathematical formula. And so if you press a 1 kilo brick, there's like 2 people that do that. That's like 2 operations per kilo. It costs almost nothing to press like a 1 kilo. Press 200 grams, and now that's like 2 or 3 people working on it at the same time, and so that's now 15 human operations per kilo. But then you start getting into, like T-balls, which are 8 grams, so now you're talking about like 100 times 2 or 3. It's like 200 or 300 human operations per kilo. So it adds up to more. It's more work to do them, and so the cost goes up. But at scale, it's relatively negligible. Zealous Teas, what's going on? We're drinking some bad idea today. AS 11 any show in your shop you'd suggest if you prefer those without a yeasty tasting note? I'm trying to think if, trying to think what we have that actually has more of a yeasty tasting note, so I could recommend something that's not yeasty. Underworld, Game Changer, Capitalist Lion Tamer. Those are a little bit more on the funky side. Maybe Imperial Grey, because it's super buddy. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything that I would characterize as having a specifically yeasty note. I might use the term bready instead. If you see bready in the descriptions, then maybe shy away from those. But it's a good question. Ultra Magnus, what's going on? Whew, there we go. Yeah, 5 gram T-balls seems to be a nice, really nice little sweet spot. If you guys don't know, the tricks for opening up a T-ball, I like to drop them in here. Fill this up with hot water, get this nice and hot, drop the T-ball in, let the T-ball sit for a little bit. The steam and the heat will start to open it up a little bit. First pour is very, very, very slow, which is where the stag comes in handy. And I pour it like right on the center of the T-ball. We also press our T-balls relatively light, but you've got to press them heavy enough that they actually stay. So first steep, first the wash, technically. I do it like a little bit longer. If this was like regular shung, I'd do like a really, really quick, like 2 or 3 second wash. But I want that hot water to give it a chance to just really open up and saturate that ball. So maybe even 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds. Carolina LaPlong, thank you for joining us. And end card 1. This is great. I love seeing people come on having some tea. Total chiller, just smash them with the palm of your hand. Do you just crush that ball? If that works for you, that's awesome. I don't want people using a tea knife on these things, which is what we saw people doing with like the 8 gram balls, trying to like break it in half. It's like that's just dangerous. If you could actually take one of these and smash it into the palm of your hands, then go for it, man. Your hands are stronger than mine. Dulce Bellum, what's your opinion on finishing a tea session the following day? Yeah, you're nervous about bacteria? Absolutely do it, but give it a really nice sustained wash with boiling water. Zealous Teas, what was my best session of the year? Wow, that is a good question. I had a really awesome session in Boulogne where we drank some of their Old Tree white tea and their Old Tree shung that was just spectacular. And it's just one of those days. It's just really easy to remember. Really, really long drive getting out there. Drove through a huge rubber tree forest, which was just incredible. Just seeing the production of rubber and seeing those forests, getting way up into the highlands, above the clouds. It's a gorgeous day. Tons of bugs. The kids made friends with local tea kids, and they just watched movies and Chinese movies and sat there and practiced their Chinese. And then we all, the tea farmers and Lamu and I and all the kids, like went for a walk down to like this little local lake that they have and ate like fresh mango off of their trees and did a hike through the tea garden, sat down and had a bunch of their wild honey, which was crazy, and then their Gushu white tea. I don't know, it was just very fondly remember that. And it was just like one of those ones where it was like, man, this is awesome. This is exactly the type of white tea that I'm looking for. And then you look at the cost and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Marina 882, you love our Lagongdo Bay. Yeah, it's nice. I need to try to get something like this on the site, but I haven't had a chance to yet. But these are super nice. I like them. There we go. You can smell the bitterness. So now that I've gave it a long sustained pour and a longer wash, look at that. It's practically halfway open already. It's good to go. So when we actually do a steep on here, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Pour it right onto the T-ball, and it's gonna be set. It is going to be set. It's ready to. It's almost open. It's almost open already. No stress. Look at that. T-balls are not hard to use. So we have gotten away from using T-balls for a while. There was I had some issues with the production quality of T-balls that we were getting for a while. It's an entirely handmade process, but they generally don't steam the leaf just for that T-ball. So when you press a 200 gram cake, they'll take 200 grams of leaf and they flash steam it. It gets super hot, and then it gets pressed, and then it's done. Generally, when they're making T-balls, they have a giant pile of material that's constantly getting steamed, and then they just grab what they need off of it, like roll it into the ball and dry it. But some of that material that's sitting on the bottom doesn't get used as frequently, and it just gets this steam burnt flavor, and it's just really kind of hard to. Once you've recognized that steam burnt flavor, you don't like it, and so we stopped doing T-balls for a while until we could find a place that was able to flash steam 5 grams. So they'll weigh out 5 grams, flash steam 5 grams, roll those, and you can really taste the difference. And so we started doing more T-balls, like a gourd smasher and. Bad idea. So, Gong Fu for me. Thank you for the join. What's going on? Yeah. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. How is the new year going for you? How was your holidays? I haven't posted in a little while. I actually kind of took a bit of a break. I was having the holiday stuff when you run a sale and just have a business and you're trying to sell stuff and pack orders. It just gets kind of stressful and overwhelming, and we've done it 11 years in a row now, and so this I was trying to make some like Christmas Day posts and showing the teas that I was drinking, and I just got caught up with family stuff, and so and then New Year's Eve came, New Year's Day came, and I just hadn't really posted much stuff. So, but back in the game, gonna do some more stuff. Got some more products and stuff planned. Got to start getting going. 2025, figuring out what we're gonna do. That's not bad. It definitely has a really it has a super clear, distinct bitter note. It's different than Wild Tree Bitter. But this is nice. It's cool. Good stuff. Miguel Hoyos, thank you for the join. Nice. It's actually kind of refreshing. If you're looking for something a little fun to add to your order, I think it's like $10 for 8 of these bad idea T-balls. So if you're already ordering something else, you want to have something fun, toss them on. I should be getting them in the Seattle inventory. I don't have like a lot to sell here, but I've got like 2 kilos worth, so I can be able to sell some of them. And I've been using these as samples in orders. I like tossing in a little sample of something fun and new when people make an order. Iliac, hey, just curious, what are your thoughts on one pot, one tea? Do you have a separate pots for Shoushang, Yixing, Zhenshui? In general, I follow the thought process of one pot, one tea. I don't think it's as important for Zhenshui. I think the Zhenshui clay seasons so much slower that you don't really have to worry about that. For example, most of my teapots are dedicated to at least one specific flavor profile. For this Zhenshui, I've just been literally brewing everything in it. I brew white tea in it. I brew sheng. I brew shou, and we'll just we'll see where it goes. So this is a little bit of a personal experiment pot, and I've been brewing this one primarily for everything all year long. So we'll figure out over time if it actually makes a difference or not. This guy here I've been using just for just for show pu'er, and then I've got a sheng pu'er one. So I think there are some more porous types of clay, like some of the Yixing varietals that would probably be much more suited for single dedication. But again, your mileage may vary. If it's, it really depends on if you can tell or not. Some people absolutely can tell, and for them I would recommend, yeah, one pot, one tea. But if you can't tell, you know, why not? You can save some money just by one. Did that help? Did that answer your question? I hope so. It's pretty easy for a teaware seller to just be like, yes, please buy 8 different pots for all the 8 different teas that you've got. But that's hard, and so not everybody can really afford to do that. And so I think for the Zhenchui that we sell, I think you would probably find it very decent for using for multiple teas. Manny Stormborn, Lilib 4200, Ryan Raymond Drawson, Ian Tornatore. Thanks for joining us. What are you guys drinking in the New Year's? You say awesome, thanks. You experiment with the Zhenchui pot to start before you get carried away. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Like I think the Zhenchui teapots are in a really affordable space for the quality of the clay and quality of production for the cost that you will pay for it. At least for the ones that we sell. I haven't looked on many other sites to see what Zhenchui stuff is going for now. I think. I mean, there's a lot of really good budget Yixing teapots out there as well, and perhaps you could reach out to an Yixing teapot specialist who might know more about one pot one tea or shared tea experiences for the pots that they sell. But I think if you're looking for like a really nice, just a quality tea, a workhorse pot that's just gonna like brew tea for you day in day out, I think our Zhenchui is very nicely suited for that. El Castova's got you've got one of our dragon egg pots, and you're transferring flavor from sheng to show. Oh, that's your question? Are you? Probably, but it depends on whether you can actually tell or not. Some people may not be. It depends on how sensitive your palate is. If you brew a bunch of sheng in it, you brew a bunch of show in it, you brew it back and forth, but you give it a nice wash in between. Is 1 to 2 to 3% of the flavor of sheng switching into show and the flavor of show switching into sheng? Maybe, but maybe it's only for like the first steep or something. If you really can't tell, then doesn't really matter, does it? Llama, would you like a little tea, Llama? Give me a sec here to steep some of this up. My kids are doing a great job being very nice and quiet in the background. I'm very proud of them. I'm not going to tell my wife what we're drinking. I'm going to see if she can figure it out. All right. Altus David, thanks for joining us. What are you guys drinking this new year? Did anyone make any New Year's resolutions? Does anyone do that? Do people do New Year's resolutions anymore? I did see a ton of people out jogging on New Year's Day morning. So, all right, Lamo, here you go. What tea are we drinking based on your professional opinion? Ba-da-bum-bum. She immediately scans the area to see if she can see what cake or tea I have actually used. Give her a little secret hint.
Sheng pu'er.
It is sheng pu'er, ladies and gentlemen. She determined the correct type of tea. Which sheng pu'er do you think it is?
It's not a bad idea.
It is a bad idea. It is a bad idea. Good job. Can you tell from the aggressive bitterness? Yes.
How many steep is this one?
Second steep.
Oh, it's not as bitter, right? That
No, it's actually quite nice in the tea balls, but it's got that just kind of hooks on like a monkey about to fall from the tree, right the back of your throat. That bitterness is like, oh, just like hooks in. It doesn't wash away. An indicator of a tea of exceptional quality, especially for Shungpur tea, is a tea that puts that bitterness in and then just melts into sweetness. So this tea in the professional tea markets in China will lose points because the bitterness does not melt away. Green Tea and Good Vibes says, one we sell. I don't know what that means. Alisha, oh yeah, Lil 4200. An Alishan black tea for you today. How is that? It's pretty nice. El Castoba, you can't tell you enjoy every tea in the Dragon Egg. Perfect. That's great. That's really what it comes down to. You know, you can listen to, you know, like a ton of tea bloggers or tea experts who are like, you have to do this way because of that. But what it comes down to is like, if you have an experience that doesn't match that, it doesn't matter what they say. So if you have a single teapot and you're brewing everything in it and you're loving it, it's working great for you. Amazing. Yeah, that's Lamo's answer. Yeah, this is definitely a tea. It's definitely a tea that we sell. No, I figured she would probably be able to pick up on that, even though I hid the bad idea wrapper, so she wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, she's pretty tuned in specifically to this tea, because she and I have discussed often the best way to actually attempt to sell this tea, because the profile on it is just slightly, well, the profile on it is noticeably more aggressive than most of the teas that fall under the Crimson Lotus Tea House flavor, I guess. Joey Graylight, thank you for the join. Dancing Wind, Dancing River, love that name. Now, I am certainly doing everything I can to enhance the experience of this tea by brewing it in clay. I've got it in a gorgeous Gen, which is going to carve out a little bit of the bitterness. But you can still tell it's there. It still has that that presence, that background note of pervasiveness. Has anyone in the stream actually tried Bad Idea? What are your experiences with the tea? It is not one of my wife's favorite teas. I'm okay with it, but yeah. So, anyways, tea is what it is. Lori Conyer with the join. Happy New Year to Lori, Pacific Northwest's tea friend. Lori, what are you drinking in this new year? Fish in the Yellow Sea join. Thank you for the join. If you're just joining, we're drinking our Bad Idea tea balls. This tea is a bad idea. It's also a good idea. I wish I could get it nice and close on the YouTube camera, but the focal length is actually like right about here, so it doesn't do a really good job for like super close-ups. Everything gets nice and blurry, but it's all good. Instagram works fine. Fun stuff. Nice little 5-gram tea balls. I'll do a little show pour after this. I'll probably do 30 minutes. I was a little late getting the stream started. I thought I was having a ton of issues with my YouTube streaming camera, and I had just left the cap on. Like, I reinstalled the profile for the camera like 2 or 3 times, and then realized that the left the lens on. So it is what it is. So, Polar Bear Plunge is a thing that we do on January 1st. My whole family goes. We get really excited about it. We all go down to the Puget Sound. It's not technically the ocean, but it's ocean connected. It's pretty cold. It's about 45 degrees this time of year. There's a beach west of here about 5 miles in a town called Edmonds, and the Edmonds waterfront is awesome. And it's pretty cool beaches. It's nice and clean, and there's a gorgeous little town there, and I don't know, like thousands of people show up to do it. Most people don't plunge, but a lot of people, there's like at least like 1,000 people that just rush into the beach all at once, directly at 1 o'clock. It's a high tide in the wintertime. It's a ton of fun. And people start around noon at a bar downtown. The bar gives out like free beers, which is always entertaining. I usually bring my own tea with, drink some hot tea, prep myself. The kids do the polar bear plunge. I do the polar bear plunge. My brothers do the polar bear plunge. We get as many of our friends as possible. Lamu always tells us that she will do it next year. But then when that year comes, she decides to not do it. So she's really good for managing all the gear on the beach and stuff. So maybe one of these days, one of these years, she might be down for joining us. I get a big kick out of it. I have a lot of fun doing it. We've got polar bear hats for us, polar bear hats for the kids. So there's always a bunch of polar bear hats out there. And got our picture in the paper. Which is kind of fun. The local Edmonds paper. You get to see me out on the beach out there. See if I can me and one of my tea buddies, or my polar bear plunge buddies. Oh, it's all completely washed out. But yeah, that's us sitting in the water. Trying to take some fun video of it, and all the video that I took was corrupted when I went to check it afterwards. So that's highly disappointing. But we had fun. It's a good time. Does anyone else do polar bear plunge stuff? Does anyone else like swimming in cold water? It's fun doing it with like a ton of people. It's just I don't know, it's a blast. So this tea eventually mellows out after a handful of steeps. Right now, it still has like that characteristic background bitterness, but the more steeps you get into it, the more balanced it gets, which is great. Of course, it depends on how serious you're actually steeping it. I am pushing these a little bit lighter, and I would generally, in this size of a pot, I would probably have more leaf, so it's slightly underleafed, but it works. Trying to think, 2025, man, it's crazy. It's crazy thinking about that. We're like a year and a half away from the 250th anniversary of America. It's crazy to think we're a quarter of a century past Y2K, which was still feels just like it was yesterday. It's funny how time works like that. I don't know. Yeah, 250 years, America's birthday. 2025 started off kind of wild though, man. I don't know. There's just way too many weird things going on. But it seems like it's I don't know about you guys, but I certainly feel just overloaded on weird stuff. It's just like, you know, you go to the news, you read the news of all the crazy stuff that's happening, and you're just like, well, okay. I mean, it's almost like you just don't even care. I don't know. It's kind of strange, but it just seems like so much weird stuff happens. You just kind of get super sensitized to it. At least I certainly feel that way. Especially even like local stuff. You know, there's a terrible incident. A kid about just a couple miles from our house. Young teen gang violence, and I'll spare you the details of it, but you can look it up if you want. Everett teen gang. The kid survived, but the details of what he went through are just horrific, and it's still just like, oh, okay, well, just kind of par for the course now. It's kind of wild. Anyways, I prefer to focus on some positivity, especially with the new year. New year brings new ideas, new options, new hope. So I am certainly hopeful. I'm excited for tea stuff we're going to be doing this year. Probably going to be pressing our 2024 Maucha. What's left? We're going to be stopping selling the Maucha, pressing what we have into cakes, putting a special 2024 wrappers and stuff on it, which is always exciting. And then yeah, it's kind of like a nice. I like letting the matcha sit for a year and kind of develop. Stone Cottage Pottery and Farm, thank you for the join. I've been really enjoying watching your fun teaware or just your fun pottery videos, the tours and stuff that you've been making of your studio, and watching you make some stuff. So it is awesome to see you on here. I hope you're doing well in the new year. We are drinking our Bad Idea tea bowls. And they're potent. They are definitely strong. And I'm for sure gonna need a nice, show pour session after this to just kind of mellow out. Stone Cottage Pottery and Farm taking a tea break in the studio. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you too. I am excited to see what your fun stuff you're gonna be making this year. I think I might switch. Rye Barnes 12, thank you for the join. I think I'm gonna switch over to show. I did a nice big long, strong steep. Yeah, that T-ball opened up very nicely. No issues there. This tea's got some nice staining and seasoning going on it. It's kind of fun to see that. Whatever little cracks and stuff get formed in there seem to, all the tea oils kind of just soak into those spots. It's fun to see. Fun to see. Lama, you want any more? She wants more. You want to tell people Happy New Year?
新年快乐 Happy New Year.
Couple steeps in, it loses a lot of the aggression. But I brewed this last one a little bit stronger, so. Stone Cottage Pottery and Farm enjoying a Moon Princess this week. It's tasty. Yeah, no, Moon Princess is really nice for autumn material. That is a very enjoyable. Very enjoyable too. I think these tea balls turned out better than I had expected. Like I said, we've sat on this material for a couple years now, just trying to figure out what to do with it. We have far more of it than I really care to think about at this point. But it's a fun one. Saviu, thank you for joining us. Alcastova, Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate that. So I am going to brew up some shucha now in my gorgeous little gaiwan. White clay, red Lotus. Gorgeous combination. These were out of sale on the site for a month while we had more made, and though they are back on the site. Spent most of a Christmas week in heated conversations with our potter in China. He's a slippery dude. Sometimes you just don't. If you're not like there, and I can't be there now, man, they will try and pull all sorts of weird, shady stuff. But I don't know. It's just par for the course. I am gonna measure this out. I'm gonna go with a straight 10 grams. This tasty show. Ho ho! That was 15 grams, a little bit too high. This is a loose leaf show. If you're curious, the term mao-cha is literally reserved for loose leaf shung, so you can't say show mao-cha. it's a little confusing. They'll understand if you do. It's a very tasty show that we bought some of this year, but have not, as of yet, pressed it into anything. But I like it. It's a really nice one. Very nice. Very root beer-y. Very cola-y. Surprisingly. Yeah, it's interesting. I've never really had a tea that delivered such a distinct cola vibe. Sarsaparilla. Might call it showsparilla. All right, I'm gonna switch cups though. I am a little bit more particular about cups that I use. So I've especially with the Gen John. I've noticed that the Gen John gets a little bit more maybe the porosity of the glaze. Think it lends itself a little bit more to being one tea only. So, but thankfully I have a really nice cup that I'm going to use. There we go. I can tell my show cup, it has a little tiny hole right in there. Stone Cottage Pottery and Farm knows these cups because they got one. This is easily one of my favorite cups, and this one specifically just for show. Stone Cottage Pottery and Farm. Will you press this to cakes this year? Well, this show pour, absolutely. I've just got to figure the details out. I got to figure out the design. I got to figure out if I want to call it showsparilla, if I want to call it crimson soda. Just got to figure it out. Yeah, I know. I'm glad you got one of these cups. I'm glad that we still had some for sale because I was very excited to get more people into this clay. I'm glad I kept an extra one for myself too. So I've got three. I've got two, all from the same batch as yours. This one has a lot more of a glaze effect, but this one has more of a wood fire effect. There we go for the. And so these are two that I use for shung, which I adore. Let me show you one more thing. You'll get a kick out of this. Oh, one sec. So this is a bowl that was made out of the exact same. This is a bowl that was made out of the exact same material. Fortunately, this bowl. Well, a couple things happened to this bowl. So this is a bowl from a jar that was made for a single cake of tea. It's kind of absurd. So they'll do stuff like that all the time. They'll make a bowl so somebody can age like a single cake of tea in a jar. The jar will only be this tall. God, look how thick that is, though. So this is a clay that has that gets really it gets really liquid at higher temperatures, and it's very easy for it to deform. And so when they're wood firing with it, it makes it very tricky. And so this was flat, and this would have been the flat lid, but you can see how much it deformed with the heat. So they couldn't actually use it as they had intended, and so they actually gave me this lid for free. It's kind of cool. They just did a really simple little mountain motif on there, which is like super cool. And so when we were in Yunnan that year, I was using this as like just a little tea brewing lid, or just a tea brewing base, like one pot, just kind of doing that brew on here, and it was nice. And then flying home with it in my luggage, it just developed this fat crack, probably from some of the pressure on the airplane. You can see that there. And so now anytime I'm brewing tea with it, it leaks. But I need to do some little kintsugi fix on there. Would actually be kind of fun. But it's I've been keeping it around. I just kind of keep a pile of tea pets in there. Yeah, isn't that little mountain design? Isn't that kind of fun? Just something super simple, but This is just, I mean, just look at the shine from the iron content in there. It's just gorgeous. I love this piece. So, but this clay, can't really get it anymore. It's tough. So yeah, I just got a bunch of tea pets sitting in here. Anyways, put it into a bowl of a bowl. Yeah, I mean, I could also. It wouldn't be. It's not a really tough fix from like a epoxy perspective, but I haven't really gotten around to playing around with it yet. But I do love it. All right, we got some hot water. Got the tea right here. Instagram camera makes this easy to show off. There we go. This is a loose leaf show. Just a very special aromas. Very unique to this. Lots of silica. Yeah, it's I would love to be able to get more of that clay, and I just keep talking to everybody who's worked with it over there, and they're just like, can't find it anymore. Whoever was asking about yeasty teas before, this one has a slightly bready aroma to it. It's not overpowering. It's pretty clean. Very clean brewing. Very clean brewing show. I don't have much of it here. I've been really enjoying it, but I've got to save it for when we start pressing it. Two super quick rinses. So when we first had this tea, it was literally like straight off of the wet pile fermentation. And for most show pour, that's like you don't want to do that. But the guy we work with just such a good job over there that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna trust you, and it paid off. It was super awesome. Like literally like day of. He just gotten done drying it, and that's usually a really intense show pour experience. It's not always pleasant if you're doing like fresh wet pile, fresh off the wet pile teas. It's just like, oh yeah, it's not great. It just feels strange. Too much bacteriological stuff still going on or something. I don't know, but this stuff is just awesome. It's just like one of those things. It's like, well, buying that. It's just. And then just trying to figure out how to pay for it because it's not cheap stuff. But I'm gonna figure it out. Crimson Soda, Spirilla, something like that. Your tea break is over. Back to the wheel. Back to work. Stone Cottage, Pottery and Farm. If you guys want to check out some fun stuff and fun videos, be sure to follow them on Instagram. Thanks for taking the tea break. Thanks for joining us. I definitely appreciate it. Strawberry Swan just finished up a pot of Altered State when you saw the live stream. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you. I appreciate you tuning in. That's nice. Altered State, man. That's a way to ring in the new year for sure. I think this will be a much more needed and necessary for my personal constitution session than the last one. Bad Idea is it's a very specific tea, and this is gonna be a lot more I think a lot more calming, a lot more centering. Wow, so nice. Even my nose hasn't been doing great lately. I've had a lot of seasonal allergy winter crap in the Northwest, but it's nice. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Strawberry Swan, how is your new year going? I think the first tea that we had in the new year was a Munku Old Tree Maucha. That's what I had when we were doing the polar bear plunge. It's nice. Very tasty. Alex D. Rockhound, what are you drinking today, my tea buddy? Drinking some, started off with Bad Idea, and we have now switched over into some of our Show Spirilla, Crimson Soda. Alex D. Rockhound, you've got an energy drink. No shame, man. No shame. No hate. Drink what you drink, man. There we go. Look at that thick, dark, inky blackness. What's going on, Gemma? Tasty, tasty. That's nice. That is nice. I'm gonna take some fun pictures pouring that lately. It's nice. I actually like this. I like this chahai a lot. It's the ribbed texture on there makes it makes the light kind of dance around on the inside of there in really fun ways. Anyways, Alex, how is your new year going? Let's see. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Let's see how it is. This has it's been an interesting tea to follow. When you first drink things straight off the wet pile fermentation, it's just it can sometimes exhibit stuff that isn't characteristic later on, but very just very herbally, very earthy. I mean, I know that's like it's show pours. It's like it tastes like earthy. Super clean. I'm still getting a little bit of that cola-ish essence. It just kind of has like that. It's kind of like a carbonated type focus, or I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it's clearly not carbonated, but just sometimes the way like the a little bit of the way that carbonated beverages just have a little bit of that like bite to it. It's like it tastes like that. It doesn't have the bite, but it tastes like that. There must be some something specific with the chemical process that carbonates water that introduces a flavor. Pop the tea kettle on with the join. I will drink to that. It is pretty nice and smooth. I'm going to see if my tea babies can be quiet enough to come over here and do a quick little tasting with their dad. Hey, tea babies. You guys want to try some tea? All right, stand right there, bud. I'm going to let you try a scratch of it. No, stay right there, bud. All right. I want you to try a little bit of this, drink it, and then let me know what you think of that. What do you think of it from a flavor perspective? From 0 to 10, what would you rate it? 10. Perfect answer. Are there any interesting flavor notes that you've tasted in there, bud?
No.
No? No flavor notes? Does it taste like anything that you've had before? Gemma, do you want to try some?
Very bitter.
It's bitter. Yeah, you're right. It does. It's a show pour, but it does have a little bit of bitterness to it. Pop the tea kettle on. Says hi. Hello back and Happy New Year. Millianne Thlevold, if I pronounced that correctly or not. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you coming here and trying a little bit. Yep, he's right. It does have a noticeable bitterness to it, but not anywhere near the bad idea. Mama, do you want to try any show? Okay. Gary gave it 10 out of 10, and he said it was bitter.
Very thick.
Yeah.
Very oily.
Yeah, it's thick and juicy. You can tell Gemma she can come out and try a little bit too if she wants to. Okay. Bum, bum. Trying to think if I've any other non-tea related topics to chat about. Alex Welton, thank you for the join. If anybody wants to chat about a topic, just toss it out there. As long as it's not too divisive, I'm up for it. Alex Welton, again, thank you for the join. I think I just said that. Nice. Let's smell this again. Somna Kaura, thank you for the join. Smells nice, man. This is gonna be a good tea. I got to. Oh my gosh, so many tea products to do, so many designs, so many things rushing through my head. Got to start putting some designs together, cranking some products out. I am really excited about Game Night, which I actually is currently shipping. If you were waiting for Game Night is definitely shipping. Which is very exciting, which means some people are going to be getting Game Night relatively soon. Sean Fisher, thank you for the join. Most of the Game Night was sold on our Black Friday sale, which was exciting to see how many people grabbed a set of that. If you weren't paying attention, Game Night is a 3-tea set, all teas made from the exact same tea garden, same trees, same garden, same producer. Same time picking, but made into a black tea, a white tea, and a pu-erh tea, and it's amazing to taste them together and experience them together, because it's just really interesting to see how different the tea experience can be based on nothing other than just the choices made in like the first 24 to 48 hours after the tea has been picked. It's amazing. Dulce Bella, I'm about to brew up some white tea campfire. You've been on a smoky kick recently. Nice. I have not been. Although we did go camping a weekend ago, and certainly had our fair share of smokiness. And so basically all of my clothes smell like a campfire. So I don't want my teas to also smell like campfire. Alex E. Rockhound with the Instagram join and the YouTube join. Love it. Love it. Thank you. And CMMV, thank you for the join. Alex, how is the YouTube stream? How's the YouTube stream doing? Is the audio better than it has been in the past? OBS seems to be doing pretty well for me lately. There we go. Some nice. Look at that. Nice, thick, inky, dark tea. It is not as dark as some of our other ones. I can see through it from this angle, but lovely, lovely, lovely darkness. There we go. Don't forget your tea pets, y'all. They're your buddies. They need tea. I got tea pets. Tea pets. Too many tea pets. But it's all good. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely little show. It is, Lemma's right, it does have a nice, it has a nice viscosity to it. There are thicker shows out there. This is I would put this on the lighter end of the scale, but it has a really interesting oiliness, interesting viscosity to it. Super clean. Very, 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 very easy drinking. This tea just goes down. It's nice. I was happy to see everybody posting pictures of drinking White Christmas on the holidays. That was exciting to see that. It'll be exciting to see that tea getting used over the years on the holidays. I'm happy that that tea worked out. Nicer than I thought. So I guess we We officially released 3 white teas last year. First white teas that we ever did. So No Escape, which still one of my favorite, probably my favorite 2 teas from last year. No Escape and Pure Nano just nailed it. 10 out of 10 of both those teas. They're incredible. No Escape is awesome. White Christmas is a really solid white tea. And then the white tea that's in Game Night. So, yeah, 3 white teas. May do a start of the year sale soon. Thinking about it. I like to do a start of the year sale, and then let people know that some of our teas get a little bit more expensive. Sometimes if we're starting to run low on quantities, we want to stretch it out a little bit longer, we'll raise the price on some teas. And some teas just with a little bit of age on them, we bump up the price a little bit, but we usually like to, I try to keep the prices as balanced as possible for as long as possible. But then if we are going to raise the prices on some teas, we'll do it, but I usually announce it ahead of time so people can stock up on what they want ahead of time. Red Fire, where do you get your tea from? So my wife and I run this tea business, and we have ran this tea business for the last 11 years, and so we are a direct sourcing tea business. So my wife and I spend time in China ourselves, working directly with the tea farmers. So we get these teas from tea farmers that we know and work with personally in Yunnan, China. Yunnan, China is the only tea that we really do anything with. We do Sheng and Shou pu'er. Primarily pu'er tea is our main experience, or our main product. But we also sell black teas and white teas from Yunnan now. Gordon Gokas, thank you for the join. What are you drinking today? What are you drinking today? What are you drinking today? This new year. Red Fire, what are you drinking? Are you drinking any teas today? Any teas this year? Anything you're excited about? Lovely little show. Super drinkable, super smooth. Very herbally. More so than I would say this is more on the herbally sphere than in the earthy sphere from a Shou pu'er perspective. I mean, it certainly has its earthy characteristics, but definitely say it's more on the herbal side. Gong Fu Brew, thank you for the join. It's nice. Nice, big, gorgeous black leaves. Check these guys out. If I hold that long enough, I'll be able to make a screenshot out of it later. It's good stuff. There we go for YouTube too. Nice. Nice. Red Fire, you have a tea house near you that you go, and they serve a lot of white tea. White tea is really popular. It took myself personally a long time to really get into the vibe of white tea. I'm very much a Sheng pu'er tea lover. I love Sheng pu'er tea. I love Shou pu'er. Really fond of a Yunnan Dianhong black teas. They're incredible. White teas, it's been a little harder for me to try to find something that I really was super passionate about. But the white teas that we released this year, I am very, very excited about. And yeah, I've just been honest about that. People have been asking us to find some really nice Yunnan white teas for years now, and I just could never really find something that I really vibed with. But we put a specific focus on it this year and came up with 3 that we really liked, and some that we're going to follow up with, next year to get in on the production earlier. Specifically that Boulong white. Might do another pressing of No Escape, because No Escape was just loved it. No Escape is really, really, really awesome tea this year. That's Redfire. That's awesome that you've got a tea shop, a tea house near you that you can go go and visit. What city are you at? What's the name of the tea shop? Yeah, it's nice to have a place that you can go and you can sit down, drink tea with other people. I have thought about doing a tea house for ourselves in the Seattle area, but it's tough. There's a lot to really think about and process, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for us at this point in time. But I'm really excited about visiting tea houses. Very nice, very, very, very nice little tea. Yeah, it does have an earthiness, but it's definitely more on the herbal side. Still has that carbonated beverage essence. Tea with Skill on Instagram has joined us. How's it going? Tea with Skill. Are you brewing any tea with Skill today? Redfire says you find we're very relaxing West China tea. Yeah, that's what I figured. As soon as you said there's a tea house near you that serves a lot of white tea, I wondered if it was Sohan's Austin shop. So you're right. There are very few actual tea houses. It's not a business model that works well in the U.S. There's a billion tea houses in China. That's a oversimplification of it. There's not a billion tea houses, but there is a lot of tea houses in China. They just understand that business model, and they're totally fine with going and sitting down and spending time in tea houses. It's tougher in the it's tougher in the U.S. People are a little bit more buy and go kind of focused. So there's not a lot of I mean there are I mean Seattle, it really depends on the area. I mean, the metropolitan area is where you would want to have it. I know there's some really amazing tea houses in New York. There's definitely amazing tea houses in the Seattle area, or tea shops that are more focused specifically on teas. And you have to work hard to build your base and build your clientele. West China Tea, being in Austin, I think is uniquely situated for capturing a market that automatically already knows what quality tea is, what the Gong Fu tea market is, and then they just work really hard on building community, which is great. And Sohan's done an amazing job doing that. So I'm glad you've been to his house and been able to spend time there. So when you go there, do you go there in like purchase a single Gong Fu session and brew it by yourself, or do you kind of like sit down and do like their house brew setup and pay like a set cost for that, or are you just buying tea and then taking it somewhere else? What do you enjoy about the tea shop? Green tea and good vibes. You're still on. You got to sell milk tea in order to survive. Honestly, yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's funny because I mentioned all the different tea. Well, okay, so in China you have tea houses where you go and you sit down and they bring you some teaware and you brew tea for yourself. Those have a specific business model, but then you also have, it still would be called like a tea house, but it's basically more like a company that produces a tea to sell, and then they have a retail shop where you'll sit down and be able to try different teas in Gong Fu. That's a different business model, because they're not selling a session. They're letting you try teas that you will hopefully buy. And so there's two different business models. And for the people that have their own brand and then they have a house shop to sell it in, it's funny because they will very clearly say that there's no money in the tea side of it, but they're still uniquely focused on doing that. But they say the only way they stay in business is by also selling jade. And so in the US tea market, if you wanted to have a nice sit down tea bar thing, you would also really have to have a quick, ready to go milk tea kind of product that you could just sell quickly to people that were just passing by, so that you could help to fund the tea house. I don't think you could do just a pure tea house. I mean, clearly you could in the right area, and Sohan seems to be doing well with his. Redfire, yeah, you've met Sohan, have met him. He has it has a good community. Yeah, I mean, he and I have chatted online. I've never met him in person, but a lot of tea vendors and tea businesses have like little back channel conversations about tea stuff all the time, and so he's messaged me about a handful of different stuff. Sometimes he hops on the live stream and says hi and stuff. So he and I have chatted, but we've not actually sat down in person. But yeah, Seattle has some nice tea shops. You've got over in Kirkland, you've got Lizzie Kate. Lizzie Kate does a nice setup. They do a lot more of the tea to go, but then they have sit down places. Who else you got? Well, you got Miro Tea in Ballard does a pretty awesome mix of sit down tea and tea to goes. Floating Leaves, they don't really do. I think they do tea tastings by appointment in their shop, but they're not really like a sit down tea house. There's a couple of I mean, there's a countless boba tea style options in the Seattle area. Even one that's just called literally Kung Fu Tea. There's a... Who else you got? B. Fuller's. I need to get over to B. Fuller's and check out his space. I haven't had a chance to do that. But there's a decent number of... there's even some like traditional like Chinese tea houses, but those are more set up like for the selling of tea in the shop, not selling... so you can go in there and sit down and have tea with them and maybe try some different stuff. But the idea is that you would be buying... pressed cakes of tea or something like that to go. Redfire, it's nice that you guys all connect. You just saw your channel for the first time. You see a lot of videos from Jesse. Yeah, Jesse's been making good. Jesse's been making good progress. He's got a nice combination of comedy and tea, comedy and tea business with some good Chinese cultural connection. So. Anytime I see somebody new pop up that's doing some fun stuff, it's exciting to see that. Exciting to see the tea community growing. I'm glad you found us and joined us and hopped on the live stream today. I appreciate that. I do live streams like once a weekish. Sit down and just drink some different teas. Talk about the teas that we have. Talk about what we're doing, new products we've got, existing products. I talk about sales and teaware and stuff like that. I don't have. I've got a decent backlog of videos on the site. If you're curious about checking out the videos of us traveling through Yunnan, posted a bunch of those. Got more to do. Hunter Rishi, Cisco STL, Lazy Lotus, and Tea at Midnight. Thank you for joining us on the Instagram. What are you guys drinking? Lazy, what do you got going on? What's in your New Year's teapot? Redfire, is that a giant teapot in the front? This is a giant teapot in the front. This is my Toad King. He's the OG. He's got tons in him. Oh yeah, there we go. He's been drinking tea for a while. Look at him. He's my buddy. I've had him for a long time. I've got another more traditional tea toad right here. He's also has some fun with us. I've got a T-Rex, also another little buddy. Way too many tea pets. Fatty Toad. This little guy here is pretty cute. This little poutiness. And then it wouldn't be a legit Chinese tea tasting table without some tea pet tea peanuts, which are hilarious. Just pour a little tea on them. The more you do it, the more they look like peanuts. They trick people all the time. Lazy Leonardus just woke up at 2 in the afternoon. Well, man, I will drink to that. I will drink to a lazy afternoon, lazy Friday afternoon. Good for you, man. I have 2 kids. I have two alarm clocks, which both. My son went to sleep last night with a stopwatch, and because he wanted to know exactly how many hours he slept, and he woke up very early and very excited to show me that he had slept for 10 hours and 10 minutes, and that is impressive. I did not. I was up late, getting caught up on orders. I slept far less than 10 hours. Anyways, I am glad to see that somebody's getting the rest that I am not. So Rome it is. Nice little Yunnan black tea. I love it. Redfire, do you have any favorite tea pets? It's nice. It's nice to have some little tea pets. Cisco STL about to pour up some winter duck shit tea right now. That's a duck shit aroma, right? It's not actual duck shit tea, but it just smells like duck shit. Green tea and good vibes. Gary the goat getting his sleep to wake up and destroy your energy. Yeah, man. I love it, man. If just get all the rest you can while you're a kid, because yeah, the rest of the day is pure energy. Giselle Smarter Tea and Raj Psych. Thanks for joining us on Instagram. What are you guys drinking this year? Demetria, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, man. I appreciate that. Happy New Year to everybody. I am always excited about a new year, and I love that I love that I have a family now, and I'm approaching my 50s, and I don't have to stress about going to like New Year's party or finding a New Year's party to go to. I am digging it. I show the kids at 9 o'clock. I show the 9 o'clock Pacific time, it's midnight East Coast time. Show the kids the ball drop in New York, and I toss the kids to bed, and then I just have a really nice, relaxing evening with my wife. And like about 11:59, turn on the TV, watch the Space Needle fireworks, and then we call it good. Watch something in bed, maybe play some video games. I love it. Absolutely love it. Green tea, good vibes. It's all yancha today for your session in a few minutes. I love it, man. Post some pics. I want to check it out. Oh yeah. No, this show is good stuff. Well, I'm probably going to do one big long last super steep of this one here, and call it good. Got some biz to do. I got packages to pack this afternoon. Grandma lives right next door. I got to hop over there, help my mom with computer stuff. Doesn't matter how old you get, man. You're always going to be tech support for your parents. So take care of your mom and dad, folks. My brothers and I helped my mom get a new computer this Christmas, and so we're going to now I gotta just giving myself more work. It's totally fine. I'm gonna go over there, give her network a little upgrade, a little TLC, set up her new computer for her, and see how that goes. But it's awesome because she's gonna let the kids stay at her house tonight, so sleep over at Grandma's house, which they absolutely love. Excuse me. Anyways, let's see how this thing does in a nice big long last steep. Kuzmankov on the Instagram. Thank you for the join. Thanks for hopping in, having a little tea with us. So we started off with our bad idea tea balls, which were totally bad idea, but still also fun. Plenty of clouds.c on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. What are you drinking today? This show, man, this show is nice. Super tasty. I really like the idea of starting off these tea streams with a potent shung, kind of bring me up, ending them with a nice show to kind of balance things out. It's working out well. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can put together a little New Year's sale. I know everyone's just dying to buy tons more tea from us. Everybody just bought a bunch of Black Friday teas and stuff. But we'll see what we can put together. Definitely will be got a handful of tea designs that I need to focus on finishing up. Press our 2024 Maucha, that will be coming. That's like easily like another month away or something. Getting excited about new teas to press. Getting excited about people getting game night. Seeing people's reactions to game night and how excited they are playing with that. That's gonna be definitely a fun one. 2025 is gonna be a good year. Got to figure out when and where we're going in Yunnan this year. Figure out if I'm going by myself or if I'm going with the family or if she's bringing kids later. So many stuff. Playing around with the idea of going to Fujian, checking out some traditional Jianjiang manufacturing. That would be very exciting. I would love that, because outside of like, I'm into Yixing, but I'm definitely much more into Zhenshui. Yixing would be fun to visit, but I get really excited and passionate about Zhenshui, but I adore Jianjiang traditional cups. I just think their glazing techniques, and it's just incredible. And so it would be really awesome to get to Jianjiang, see some really fun stuff. What are you guys? Anybody excited about anything for 2025? E Marcus 1992, thank you for the join. Lazy Literata says we got good shit. Well, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you saying that. Thank you. And I'm glad you got some of our black tea. If you guys don't know, Lazy Literatus runs the #1 tea meme account on Instagram. What is it? T underscore memery. Yeah, if you guys are looking for quality tea memes, 100% follow Lazy Literatus's tea memery account. Lazy Literatus, you're still creeping into the new year with trepidation. Yeah, I went in, man. I was just like 2025, and then like I woke up January 1st in the morning, and I'm like, wow, this year hit hard. Like 2025 is just like, it's like, wow, okay, wow. Lazy Literata's T underscore memery. If you guys want to connect with the highest quality, freshest tea memes out there, T underscore memery on Instagram. You cannot go wrong. Follow T memery, please. I come up with some, and I send them over. To Lazy Literatus on the T memery account, and he turns it into solid gold, high quality tea memes. I love a good meme, man. And a tea meme, it's just fun. It's just fun. Senor Yuka with the join. How are you doing today? Nice. Yeah. Go check out some fun tea memes, guys. It's just light, and it's not serious. And it's just for fun. Maybe just borderline disrespectful, but it's all good. It's all done in good faith for the enjoyment of all. Anyways, guys, this was awesome. I think I'm gonna bail. Gotta go next door, help my mom with computer stuff. Got orders to pack. Got tea wrappers to design. Big year. Trying to have some fun, and I really appreciate that you guys are all here and you're all a part of it. I love you all, and I hope you guys have an amazing new year. Keep posted in case I do end up putting together a tea sale thing here in the new year. Kind of fun, just get something started. And I thank you to everyone who came in and tuned in. So you guys have a great week. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. Have an awesome year. And I will see you guys online. Have a good one. Thanks.